Hello everyone. As you all know, I'm Nick's Dokuro guy, and if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'd know that I'm trying to become a game developer. Although I'm currently on a hiatus from development, I'd like to make this video as a sort of state of the game, as future public updates aren't coming anytime soon. So, let's get started with my journey through game development. Post number 1, August 5th, 2025. I've made several different concepts for major aspects of the game. First off, I'd say the most important one, movement style. I was conflicted between a flat plane movement similar to platforming games such as Hollow Knight and Pizza Tower, or omnidirectional movement similar to RPG games such as Undertale and Deltarune. As of this video, I've decided on an omnidirectional movement system. This ties into the next aspect, battles. I was stuck between environmental battles, like Pizza Tower and Hollow Knight, or the RPG-esque battles of Undertale and Deltarune. As of now, I've done a mix of the two. I plan for it to be similar to certain games like Cult of the Lamb, although there definitely will be more sections in line with Pizza Tower's on environmental combat. Next, weapons and utility. I was thinking something like a yo-yo, as it could be used both as a very good weapon and a grapple. Or a pipe wrench, a mix between a weapon and a tool for puzzles. Ultimately, I decided on a yo-yo, but it will be different from how some might expect. That's as much as I want to say as it is a spoiler. Finally, Chloe's appearance. Obviously, her base design has stayed the exact same the entire time, but I wanted a level-based outfit system, very similar to Pizza Tower. For example, on the left would be Chloe's main appearance, and on the right is a possible appearance for desert levels, with her hoodie wrapped around her waist. This is actually a concept that I had from the start, when this game was still a Roblox slop game. Then, I wrote some clarity text onto that post. Also, there will be other speaking characters in the game, although I don't know whether or not I want to have a full-on friend character in the game, even if it is a staple in stories. I do also have one character idea in mind for a mix of a boss and NPC, but all I can really guarantee is that there's going to be a pumpkin theme to it. Also, in my first video, I said that Chloe found something that would change her life. This thing transported her to an entirely new world. It's not some corruption, so don't worry about being similar to Deltarune. I think it functions great for the game, as instead of there having to be some traveling scenes between level themes, it could just be the same rift transporting her to another world. Which is also interesting to think about, that even if it's fast for Chloe, she's still transporting across galaxies. What I want the rift to be? I have no clue. A glowing ball, a door, a ghost, no clue. Either way, I want it to be sentient in some fashion. Here's my current take on that wall of text. I've absolutely decided on at least one major companion that is also major to the plot, which will not be named due to spoilers. The concept of the boss NPC character mixed with a pumpkin theme is absolutely going to be in the game, as I have good ideas on how this character could be used in the plot. The object that would change Chloe's life now has a new role, the role of helping her mature. This will be explained in several updates later, so don't worry about it right now. Post 2, August 7th, 2025. I made an update on an idea for the Rift. Okay, so I just had an epiphany. The Rift is a white, slimy mass that takes any shape it wants. And I think that'd be cool to put in a cutscene where it's coercing Chloe to let it take her to new places, places that accept her curiosity. I am the thinker. My current take on this is, I was not the thinker. While the general concept is still the same, due to major changes I've made over time, it's extremely altered, and the main piece of it, which is like the cutscene where like places that accept her curiosity, is extremely different, as it doesn't serve that purpose anymore. Post 3, August 13th, 2025. In a long few paragraphs, I explained the theme for the game and how the gameplay loop would be. So, some people might not understand what I want in my game. They may not understand my story, or they just don't want 16 paragraphs of lore. There's only one theme that's absolute, set in stone. The theme is freedom. It's not freedom in Deltarune style, at least I don't see it that way personally. I believe it's freedom from responsibility and worry. Now, my general story is bound to change, but it is very deep, and I know that it's able to be translated in the game. The current thing I have in mind for how levels will be designed is this. There's going to be a main hub, right in the center of the galaxy, a replica of her house, but without all the corrupt government watching over it. The access she has will slowly branch out as Spoiler becomes more powerful. The levels will give her more understanding and make her less depressed, as her craving for curiosity and adventure can be sated. Plus, having all levels complete in one branch will make things progress faster as more power goes to Spoiler. Each branch has one style of level. Think of it as the level styles in Wario Land, but a lot more diverse and a lot more variety. This is only a general idea and things might change, but I'm happy with this for the time being. And as of now, here's my current take on that. It turns out that the theme was not absolute or set in stone, as it's not freedom. The theme is now maturity. Learning that maybe sometimes there's value in being serious, even if it means being vulnerable as well. As Chloe learns over time that whenever she's just rude and playful to people, even whenever they're in their serious moments, it tends to make them not like her, and she loses friends over it, even their lives. And that's more of the theme that I want in this game. I want the game to portray the value of basically reading the room. Pretty much learning when to set humor aside to be serious about something. Post 4, September 5th, 2025. I typed a lot about my future plans for how I'll go along with the project. However, as this video is already long enough, and this idea was entirely scrapped, I'll just do a bit of a summary. Firstly, I said how I wanted to make the entire story so I know what I want before starting the game. This is scrapped. I'm not Toby Fox. I don't have ideas. I also made an idea for how to do the backstory. Instead of it being shown up front in the game, I pitched the idea of posting Chloe's journal as small snippets onto YouTube. This is scrapped. First off, I don't like those styles of videos, and it feels too much like an ARG for my taste. And then finally I did a little shameless plug asking people to leave suggestions for how I could improve on things, of which nobody has left for me. Post 5, October 3rd, 2025. This is the post where I changed everything. I am making major changes to the story. Looking back at how it was, the idea of an innocent girl turned criminal by a dystopian society is super cliche, and I want to make an imperfect character from the start. Plus, I suck at writing dystopia. Instead, Chloe is going to start out as this punk bitch who was just kind of a nuisance, and there will be an onlooker, being the spoiler character, who wants to help her mature. That's what I can give without spoiling that big character. And no, my hiatus on the game itself has not stopped, and I'm gonna still hold off until probably summer break, but I'm still writing the story and making art. And post number 6, October 18th, 2025. This is the last post that I've made on the logging channel as of editing this very video. Big announcement for my game. While I'm still not developing my game, I've taken the time to brainstorm the story and think up of possible names for the story I want. And finally, I have a name that I believe is stapled. While Flawed Divinity isn't in development, and still in the conception stage, I believe it perfectly represents a major character in the plot, obviously not Chloe, and is more major than Chloe's backstory and journey themselves. I will continue making the story and making art for the game behind the scenes, but in the meantime, there won't be public updates. For now, what will be more of a focus for me is uploading videos, as without any sort of popularity to put a safety net on for my game, there will be greater risk of my effort not being recognized. And obviously, since I'm not making a clone, AU, or slop game, I do want my effort to be recognized, so I'm not taking that risk until I have a reliable podium to advertise my game with. Thank you for listening, and I have hopes for the journey from here on. Nix. Thank you for watching my video. This is going to be the final game dev update for quite a few months, as, like I said, I have school to focus on, and I have other things in my life to worry about, so I need to focus on that, and not this video game. So, this hiatus will remain until I'm ready. If you want to see normal videos, or if you want to stay tuned for my next devlog, please subscribe and share this with other people, as I want that podium to be ready. This has been Nick the Coral Guy, and thank you for watching.